Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Rambling RunOff. I am your host, Robert Rios, and virtually next to me is Danny Tan. Danny Tan, say hello.
Hello.
Yes, welcome to our show. It's been a while, I know, if you follow this channel on YouTube, but now we are starting a brand new, and this time I have someone with me. Got my good old friend Danny Tan. And yeah, episode 1, Rambling RunOff. How do you feel, Danny, about doing the show?
I'm feeling pretty good. Yeah, we got a lot to talk about today. So much shit going on in the sports world.
No, yeah. We, of course, this show is about sports, and me and Danny grew up loving sports. We love most of the LA teams, right, Danny?
Yes, sir.
And yeah, I just thought, hey, why don't we just start doing this thing, and see where it goes.
Yeah, let's see. I don't know if we have that chemistry yet. We'll build it.
All right, we have one pilot show we posted. We did another pilot show. I feel like we're good now.
Yeah, I think we'll get there if we're not good yet. We'll get there.
Oh, come on. Why are you putting us down? We haven't even started yet.
I'm saying we're good, but I'm saying we need to be great.
Okay, I see you. All right, Mr. Great, are you ready to begin?
All right, launch us off.
All right, for sure. So we're going to be talking some NBA first on our first official episode. How do you feel about that, Danny? I know you like some basketball.
Yes, and the past couple of days has been crazy all around the league. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. Trades left and right, draft. A lot of shit.
No, yeah, so what are we going to talk about first? We got some Lakers on here.
Yes, sir. You want to hop into the Lakers first?
No, yeah. So, we are in the LA market.
LA Lakers.
So, yeah, the Lakers making a big splash in the NBA going right literally the day after signing and trading opens up.
Yeah.
Rumors were going out that we were going to get Russell West. No, actually, before that. Let's backtrack a little bit. Before that, supposedly, Damian Lillard was showing interest with the Lakers, which he quickly squashed, and then was quickly risen again because his manager supposedly was talking with the team, and people were like, yo, what the hell is going on? And yeah, so officially now the Lakers have now signed like 10 players. It's not even funny. So
yeah,
the biggest splash, the first one that came out was Russell Westbrook. How do you feel about that?
This trade blindsided me. I did not expect Russell Westbrook to go anywhere. Well, I knew he was going somewhere, but I did not expect him to come to the Lakers. I didn't know that they were willing to spend that money. I didn't know that they were willing to spend all their money on all the players they acquired. But yeah, it really blindsided me.
No, I mean, I didn't see it coming either. I mean, there's a few names on his list I didn't expect were gonna show up. So he was the first one to arrive to the I guess the new look Lakers once again.
Yeah, I mean, new old Lakers.
New
old Lakers.
But yeah,
has one of the oldest teams in the league.
Well, I guess but like it's the Lakers, like they're Showtime. Yeah. And then we got some returners on this team. We got Mr. Soft, Dwight Howard, and another surprising name that I saw returning to Lakers was Trevor Ariza. I didn't see that one coming at all.
I don't think anyone saw Trevor Ariza coming back.
I don't know why Dwight Howard came back.
Dwight Howard has been making his way across the league. He's been in every team across the East and West, like inside and out. He's been in G leagues. He's gone everywhere.
He was in the G League?
No, I'm just kidding. It feels like he's come like from hell and back.
Yeah, basically. And the Lakers also acquired Kent Bazemore, Kendrick Nunn, Taylor Horton Tucker, Malik Monk, and Wayne Ellington. Have I heard of most of these people? Yes and no. But probably the most, I want to say, even surprising than Russell Westbrook. Do you know who that is, Danny? Do you happen to know who was the other one of the other signings?
No, it must be a rookie. I don't know. Russell Westbrook? I've never
Actually, no. This guy's been in the year for 18 years, and he is 37 years old. Can you guess who it is now?
37 years old. I don't know. Steve Nash?
No, it's actually Charles Barkley. Nah, just kidding. It's actually Carmelo Anthony of all people. He signed a 1 year deal.
Yeah.
What a bozo.
I mean, I think that's all the Lakers could afford. They handed out a handful of 1 year deals, dipping into their luxury tax. If the Lakers don't win a championship, I think they're screwed for the next maybe even 5 years. Like their budget is just out of whack. I don't know how they're even gonna be able to pay players after this. Man.
You mean we're gonna go back into the dark ages? Like
yes,
we left?
Yes, I think we will.
We're gonna have Robert Zachary.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Kyle Kuzma leading the offense.
Yeah. Yeah. Literally. Yeah. They'll have to bring back like some old players. Bring back Andrew Bynum. Find him wherever he is.
No. Stop. Stop, dude. That's not even funny.
Yeah, I know. But,
that is not funny at all, man.
Yeah. But yeah, it seems like the Lakers are really placing their bets on this next upcoming season. If not, it's iffy that they would even see a second season with a lineup this huge that costs this much.
I know Carmelo, he's not costing us much, but like he's still, I want to say this, but he's still somewhat of a big name, even though I mean the quality is there. It's just he's not the same superstar as he was when he was Denver and the Knicks.
Yeah, I mean, there are a bunch of older players. Like, I don't know if the Lakers are banking on just drawing as much experience out of these players as possible so that they can re-sign all of their younger players and rookies and build them up and have the younger players become leaders in that right. But I don't know. Their strategy is not clear to me other than placing their bets on this season and then, if not, going bust.
Yeah, I mean, they're just kind of throwing money at the problem. Last season, coming off the bench for the Blazers, which he actually did pretty good being like the 6th man, 7th man. Carmelo Anthony averaged 13.4 points in 24.5 minutes per game while shooting a career best 40.9% from the field. So, I mean, he's probably going to do the same here. I highly doubt he's going to start. I mean, I highly doubt he's not going to start, I should say.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully all of these older players stay out of the doctor's office and they stay healthy the entire season. But I think the Lakers have a strong starting team. I don't think you know what? If they're going to put a starting lineup where the starting 5 averages 32 years old on the field, they better win some games. You know, if all that experience has to amount to something. So I'm gonna put my hopes on them and let's see what happens.
No, yeah, of course. I mean, well, we're forgetting about AD, but we basically got like 3 shooters on the floor.
Yeah.
Who are not gonna miss up an open opportunity. And if you're gonna tell me that Carmelo Anthony had a high shooting percentage coming off the bench, like if you're the opponent, you're in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, but you also have to think about Dwight Howard, a non-shooter, just putting up blocks. You know, he's great on the defensive end, but like if we were taking out James or Davis and putting in Dwight Howard, the Lakers really did need shooters on the floor to make up for the lost offense. So I guess their strategy makes a little bit of sense, but we'll see if they're able to execute on the floor.
I mean, I think they did I know they gave up Caruso. I forgot where he went.
Oh my God, yeah.
I will say he's being overpaid.
Did he go to the Bulls? Caruso.
I think he did go to that was you're thinking of Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball went to the Bulls actually. Him and
no. Caruso goes to the Bulls.
yeah, what are they paying him? Like 34 mil?
I think it's close to what he was being paid here. Let me double check.
I don't know. I think he's
37.
Yeah, he's
4 year, 37 million.
He's getting overpaid in my opinion.
Really? I don't think so. I think he's an asset on the offensive and defensive end. I think he does what PJ Tucker does, but better. PJ Tucker is one of those energy swinging players that doesn't always put up a bunch of points, but Caruso hustles on the defensive end where PJ Tucker will sit on his ass.
So he does like the dirty work basically.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he's a hustler.
I mean, he kind of reminds me
with a headband.
I know, I like Caruso. He reminds me of myself when I used to play. You know, jumping onto the ground. You know, me and you, we didn't go to a fancy middle school, so we had to play on the concrete. So
yeah.
We ripped a couple of shorts and pants on the floor.
Yeah. Oh, you remember I hurt my ankle trying to dunk off your back?
Stupid.
Was it my ankle or my knee? Oh, dude, it hurt for like the whole summer.
Dude, I remember I got whacked in the face.
Oh, I remember that. Multiple
times with flying elbows. Just trying to play man-to-man, strong man-to-man defense. People didn't like that. But anyways, yes, Caruso he's going to the Bulls. Lakers gave him up. I think I saw Danny Green is out the door. I think. Can we get the research team to double check that, please? I mean, that would be. Yeah. I mean,
Danny Green to the 76ers, $20 million 2-year deal.
Oh, I guess. I mean, it kind of makes more sense now that we bring it up because now what you see is that, you know, they're spending a lot and they're getting a lot, but they're giving away a lot.
Yeah, I mean, they had to scapegoat somebody, and Danny Green was the first to go at the end of the season, or at the end of the Lakers season. So I guess it's only right for him to re-sign with the 76ers.
I mean, I will say I did feel like his productivity, his shooting went down like during his time here. Like he did really good when he arrived, but little by little I could see like he wasn't shooting the same as he was prior. Okay, he came from Toronto, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so like what I saw him prior to come to Lakers, I'm like, oh yeah, of course. Like we want you here. We need a shooter. And yeah, he did that. And then little by little it was like, I don't know, was it because he wasn't getting the ball a lot as he used to? He was in a different system. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's just right place, right time. Exactly what you're saying. Different system. I don't think the Lakers is that kind of young, ambitious, hungry team that relied on Danny Green to shoot where he can really prosper. I think the 76ers is a little bit of a better place. Embiid.
Trust the process, bro.
Yeah, trust the process. Yeah, I mean, maybe Embiid is a better star than James, than LeBron.
I mean, who knows? I guess. I mean, we'll see. I mean, Philadelphia is not a bad team. It's not a chump team to go to. Like, yeah, they're the one that coined trust the process because they're trying to get LeBron, but he was like, nah, see us smelling later. But yeah, like Philadelphia is not a bad team. I remember I had people telling me, no, Philadelphia is terrible. What are you talking about? And I'm like, no, what are you talking about? They haven't won a finals, but they've had lots of playoff runs. So don't tell me that they are a bad team.
No, they're a great team, and I see them really in contention next season. Yeah, they're one of the top 5 teams in the East, I think. Next season,
I would say top 3.
Top 3. Who do you have in the top?
I got Nets, Sixers, and Bucks.
Next, Sixers and Bucks. Oh, that's a good 3.
Well, who's in your top 5? Maybe I'll switch mine.
Okay, those 2 for sure. I have. Next, Nets for sure. Sixers and Bucks are in there. The Heat for sure. I think I would have replaced.
Yeah, Heat are good.
The Heat. Yeah.
Heat are good. Wait, who's your number 5? That's only 4.
My number 5 is the Hawks.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't know when. I know the Hawks made it to the semis, but
yeah,
I should say Eastern Conference Championship. But Come on, it's Atlanta.
It is Atlanta, and I think that's why. I think Atlanta's hungry. They got a really young team. They got shooters. They don't have a big man, but Clint Capella is really stepping up. I think that they're in contention next year.
I don't know about that one, sir. It's Atlanta, man. They'll probably make it to the playoffs, but get bonked in the first round.
Oh, come on. They made it to the Eastern Finals, dude.
It's an Atlanta team. The Falcons choke, the Braves choke, and now the Hawks choke. The end.
Yeah, I think it's a young team. They make mistakes, but they're coming up and they're going to be a strong team. Well, they already are a strong team, but every year they just get stronger and stronger.
I mean, I guess, and then you get priced out, and then you have to sell all your players, and then you suck again.
No, I don't think so. Well, you're right. They might get priced out.
I'm not saying that's going to happen now, but
yeah, in the next few years.
It's Atlanta. Yeah. It's not a big market.
Yeah, I mean, you're right in that aspect. I think they'll be able to win a championship before that happens. I mean, you're absolutely right, though. All their players on the floor, starting five, are huge number players. And every year they're going to be asking for more money or moving somewhere else.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I mean, basketball is a little bit. I know we have a salary cap, but it's just a little bit weird because like these teams spend a lot of money on players.
Yeah, an incredible amount of money.
And you mentioned another team here, the Miami Heat.
Yes, sir.
That are in your
They made a lot of moves.
Yeah, they're like the second team right now that made a lot of moves. Right now, the reports are that Kyle Lowry is headed to Miami. Jimmy Butler agrees to a max contract extension. They got Duncan Robinson to a 5-year extension. PJ Tucker to a 2-year deal. Victor Oladipo is going to come back. They also acquired Gabe Vincent, Max Struss. I don't know why I can't say that. And Dwayne Dedman. I don't know who the hell this is. And then also Markeith Morris is going to Miami.
Well, Markeith Morris is an asset.
I mean, there you go. I mean, what do you guys say about these acquisitions?
Yeah. Anything that helps Jimmy Butler take some pressure off of him offensively so he's able to move and not get triple team as soon as the ball like runs towards him, I think helps him out a lot. Yeah, so the Heat, I think, will be they're in my top 5.
No, yeah, I mean, we saw a couple years ago in the NBA bubble, you know, Butler carried them on his back, like literally, not even on his back. He literally like levitated them to the NBA Finals. Like how exhausted he was at the end of, what was it, Game 5, Game 6 when the Lakers won it all.
Yeah,
it was like, dude, are you okay? Are you about to pass out? And it's just because he put his heart and soul and every sweat and tear into getting that team to win, which was good.
Yeah.
But also they had no supporting cast, and it was like, all right, well, now what?
Exactly. Yeah, and I think that's why the Heat maxed out his contract to keep him, and they're adding all these supporter players, little pieces that'll help take the pressure off, add a little bit of defensive pressure. I don't know why they signed PJ Tucker. That's a mystery to me.
I mean, you still got to fill out your roster. He was probably just cheap.
Yeah, a cheap kind of big guy.
Yeah, and then I think I did like I liked Markeith Morris.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a good pickup.
He's a great pickup. Anywhere he goes in the league, he's a great pickup.
But yeah, the Miami Heat making big moves also. Do you think they'll make a run back to the finals?
Playoffs for sure. I cannot tell you if they'll go to the finals. I mean, there's so many strong teams in the East. I think the Nets and the Lakers are really setting themselves up to meet each other in the finals. I think the Heat would have to pull a pretty big upset to beat out the Nets to get into the finals. But
a healthy Nets was Durant, Harden.
Yeah, you're right.
Am I missing anybody? Yeah. That's it, really.
Kyrie Irving.
Eh.
I mean, just what Durant and Irving, they had such a strong chemistry. They dropped so many points. If they had Harden on the floor, I think they would have been unstoppable.
You mean James Harden, who was eating snacks before the games?
Yeah.
He did not look fit at all.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, think about his journey too, though. The soul-crushing defeat from the Clippers in the bubble, and then to get traded to the Nets and get injured. I think he was just in a bad spot this year.
I do remember someone. I don't remember what broadcast it was, but someone was like, "Oh yeah, James Harden looks like he took a pre-game snack," and then the other guy was like, "Whoa, come on, man." Like he had his shorts up really high, and he had his shirt very tucked in, and you could see his stomach. It was like, dude, you look out of shape.
Well, you never know. That's his resting position. But as soon as he gets to the floor, 8-pack.
He was on the floor. He was dribbling. He was standing, walking around, running.
Yeah, game pressure is a little bit different than warm-up. Come on. 2-time defensive player of the year.
I mean, I guess. I mean, you could call him Kobe 2.0, ball hogging.
Whoa. I think it's too soon to compare anybody to Kobe. I think Harden.
I'm just saying that aspect of his playing.
Yeah. I mean, well,
and then you can call. Well, I mean, he has his own attributes. Like he likes to travel. He likes to stir the pot, literally. And
yeah. He has the Harden backstep, the half travel.
Yeah, I know. I never really realized that. Like, that's what it was. It was like he basically took 2 very small steps and like 2 big steps.
Yeah. I mean, if you're gonna say that, every star player on every team in the league is a giant ball hog.
But I mean, it's because he's trying to draw fouls and cut corners. That's my thing.
Yeah. I mean, but that's the way to play. That's how he gets triple doubles consistently.
Yeah, I know, but he makes it obvious.
Yeah, I know. Dude, his acting is so bad. Oh my gosh. Ugh, dude. Maybe if he shaved the beard, it'd look more believable. I don't know.
I mean, maybe that hit to the elbow that one time really messed him up.
It changed his body forever. Yeah. That hit to the head, it changes his body forever.
Yeah. Hey, so besides talking smack about James Harden, do we have anything else on our list here?
Yes, sir. We have. I wanted to talk about 2 teams in contention. Hopefully next year, we're 2 of the biggest teams. One making a couple of moves and one making 0 moves. So first, I want to talk about the Nets. It looks like they're setting up for an appearance in next year's finals. So they really didn't trade too much. They did end up picking up 5 picks from the draft. They picked up the guard Cameron Thomas, who's overall 27th pick. A forward Kelsey Edwards, 44th pick. Guard Marcus Zagorski, 49th pick. Forward Raekwon Gray, 59th pick. And through a trade with the Suns, they pick up Daron Sharp. Center.
So they're going young, kind of.
Yeah, it looks like they're really trying to build their bench
not that all
in
these
case
players
injuries
young,
happen.
But these are all somewhat NBA newcomers.
Yeah, but I think they're building up their bench for the unfortunate case where an injury occurs, or like let's say KD's really running really hard one game and they see that he's going towards an injury the way he's playing. They need to give him a break, and I think they're trying to find somebody, maybe Kelsey Edwards, who can play that position of like guard forward, to replace him for a few minutes and just give him a rest.
Yeah, like to at least hold the ball, because there's no way in hell that this guy's gonna outshoot Kevin Durant.
No, but at least to put a placeholder on the floor so that your star player doesn't continuously injure himself after being overworked.
Yeah, and at the same time, you're giving other players a chance on the floor.
Yeah, I think it's a smart move by the Nets. Yeah, I mean, I don't know much about these players, but I like the move. They're not spending a crazy amount of money like the Lakers, putting all their bets in one corner. I mean, they already did last season, by getting KD and Kyrie, and Harden. But yeah, we'll
Yes.
see how it works out for them.
So it's the battle of the super teams.
Yes, and another super team, the Warriors, incredibly quiet with offseason trades. They're almost non-existent. The only players they really picked up are two rookies, Moses Moody and Jonathan Kuminga.
I mean, who else are you gonna sign? You already have a really good team. I mean, besides last season, they played pretty bad, but like
I mean,
with a healthy
injured team.
with a healthy Clay Thompson, they should be solid.
Yeah, and a healthy Curry coming back on the floor with his partner in crime. They should be really solid. And it looks like the rookies are performing pretty solidly too. In their first summer league game, Moses Moody puts up 19 points, 7 rebounds, 2 assists, and Jonathan Kuminga puts up 18 points to combine for 37 in total. Yeah, it looks like the two rookies they picked up doing pretty well so far in the summer league, and looks like they're really going after it, which is great for young players. Speaking of the Warriors, though, Curry re-signs for an incredible $215 million 4-year deal with the Warriors. What do you think about that, Robert?
Well, it looks like he's staying in not Oakland for a while, for forever now.
Yeah.
I mean, what else to say? He's the best player on the team. He was the best player in the league for the past couple for a while. He was the best player in the league. So I mean, where's he gonna go?
Yeah.
With his ability, where's he gonna go?
Yeah, I mean, he's found his home already.
Yeah, like it'd be silly for him to go moving around. In my opinion.
Yeah.
Him in particularly.
Yeah, I think he's found the environment where he thrives. He's found an incredible fan base that's been behind him. He's created a legacy with the franchise. If he moved anywhere else, I think the entire sports world would have been like, "What the hell are you doing, dude?"
I mean, I'll be like, I don't know. I just wanted to play some basketball.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of $200 million deals, one of the youngest star players in the league, multiple-time All-Star, Trey Young, re-signs with the Hawks for a potential $210 million, if I'm not mistaken, or $207 million contract if he is voted onto this year's All-Star team for a 5-year deal. So I
think it's like one something, but it has like a 30% escalator.
Yeah, exactly. It's $172 million with a 30% escalator if he's voted onto the All-Star team, which is kind of a no-brainer.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Unless he gets hurt.
Yeah, unless he gets hurt.
He plays like crap.
Yeah, or they do something crazy where this year's All-Star teams are like rookies, East and West old, East and West young, and for some reason, the fans just choose somebody else. I don't know who else they would choose, but for some reason, if this year's fans hate Trey Young, he can be out of a pretty penny if he's not voted onto the All-Star team.
No, I think he'll get in for sure.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Your dog is making an appearance on the show.
Yes. Our new dog, Bella, who's a rescue. She loves squeakers.
Nice.
Not like Clifford. Yeah, she's making a new appearance.
Okay.
Audio appearance.
Quick cameo, yeah.
Yeah, she'll send you her
Just
bill.
Like Carmelo Anthony making a cameo for the Los Angeles Lakers for 1 year. Bazinga. Yeah. That's how you do
it. Next topic.
And on that note, is there anything else you want to bring up about the NBA trading and signings?
No, next season, although injuries were fun and nice to see, I want a full healthy league to really see, like, out of the bubble, how will these teams perform post coronavirus, post bubble, post super team formation. I want to see some great games with amazing star players on these super teams. At first, I hated super teams, but now that they're formed and every team seems like they're getting to that, they're getting to that position. I want to see it, and I want to see these teams perform.
What I feel like, I'll just say this: if you kept mentioning super team, I feel like there's not just one or two super teams. Like there's multiple super teams, but only because the quality of play kind of rose when everybody was like, all right, here are all these really good players, and then there's everybody else. Now there's like, all right, there's some over here, and then there's some over here, then there's some over here, now there's some over here. Because in the beginning, it was like, dude, like it used to be one really good player per team.
Yep.
And now it's like one really good player. It's like at least 2 or 3 really good players per team.
Yeah. I think the bubble really had an effect on the league too. Like it really gave those star players had a chance to shine, but they were forced to work on those teams were forced to work on the bench. The bench was forced to overperform and really train themselves to meet expectations. And yeah, I mean, well, they also had an effect on star players who, like Curry and Clay, got injured. And those players who weren't able to play are more prone to injuries now. But we'll see. A healthy league, hopefully, will show us the best of today's league next year.
Now, yeah, I'm looking forward to it, of course.
Yeah.
Gotta catch some games on TNT, ESPN, ABC. Not Fox.
Hold up. We're not sponsored. Don't say their names. Not sponsors.
Hey, whoa. I'm just saying where you can catch all the games at, too. It's not you just say we're not sponsored.
Yeah, not sponsored. But all those networks, ABC, NBC, TNT, TBS, sponsor us, please.
Say NBC. There's no basketball on NBC, bro.
Did I say NBC?
Yeah, this is not 1998.
I said I thought I'd say ABC.
I heard NBC.
Oh.
Anyways,
Whatever.
we're gonna sidetrack.
ESPN.
We're getting ESPN. We'll watch some basketball later. It's right this summer. League play does not start until November, so we got some time.
Sir.
But yeah, so that was our not so rapid fire NBA section, which took a little while. And now we got some. Well, we're not done talking basketball. We got a little bit more basketball to go in our next section here. We got some Olympics. Yep. How about that? What do you think about the Olympics? Excuse me, sir. Don't get us copyrighted, please. Yeah. So I've been watching some of the Olympics. I think it's still kind of weird because like it's a year late, and hold on. How do I explain this? Like, there's no people. It's a year late. There's no people, and there's new events. So it's like, well, how do you really react to it?
Yeah, I think the coronavirus put the Olympics in a tough position. Smart of them to delay. Kind of dumb of them to continue the games without an audience in the stands to really bring energy into those arenas. But they had to do it. They couldn't have delayed it another year and put it at the same year as the Winter Olympics. But yeah, it does. This year's Olympics has a different feel. I don't feel like the public is really watching as much. There's no like electricity in the air of people just talking about the Olympics in general. Yeah, I feel like it's lackluster this year, but I think it's just a result of the pandemic.
I mean, it doesn't help here that, I'm sorry, but the coverage has been not so good. Yeah. There's things that are live and then they're not live, or they are live and then they somehow go into primetime pre-recorded. It's like, dude, why are you going to show me half a live event and then go show me a pre-recorded event and then hop on to the live event I was watching? But since it's not live no more now, it's pre-recorded. Why would you do that?
Yeah, I feel like if they went back to the pre-recorded during the day, live at night kind of schedule, and then loop the pre-recorded until it's time for live events again. I think that was a really successful broadcast schedule. So those who were really into it can choose when to dive in, and those who weren't caught what they could and then got hyped later on.
Yeah. And was it 2008? They went to Beijing, like, everything was mostly pre-recorded. I mean, unless you were staying up until 3 a.m, but
yeah. But even then, I think it's just the energy. I think the U.S. normally has this energy around the Olympics that it's just not happening this year.
Yeah, same. Or maybe we just got old. That too.
I mean, maybe, but I even remember college, people talking about the 2016 Olympics, like from high school on to college, people were still talking about the games all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
I mean,
yeah,
they've been fun to watch. The stuff I've seen have still been interesting. Well, the stuff I've been able to catch, unless not, I just watch the highlights or the clips. I've watched soccer, skateboarding, track and field, BMX, and any other random in between event online that I could catch. Because it's like it's hard to follow what's live. Like I want to watch something that happened 6 hours ago. Like, dude, I've already seen who won. Like, what's the point?
Yeah, I've been watching. I started watching live / pre-recorded, and then I started falling back because the energy's not there. I started watching highlights, and there have been some great highlights, some great moments in the Olympics so far. But yeah, I've fallen back to watching random events here and there, a couple of highlights here and there. But yeah, I've watched a scattering of events as well.
But what did you like follow, like for realsies, like anything like that? You're really like, oh, I need to see. I know who won, but I need to see this.
Yeah, for sure. I've been watching boxing, U.S. boxing. I've fallen off recently because of the pace of the boxing, but I've been following swimming, men's basketball, of course, and then here and there a bit of track and field. I followed a bit of gymnastics, but my girl followed that more than me. But yeah, just here and there, I picked up a few things watching the highlights.
Yeah, Simone Biles saying "Smell you later, losers." I guess.
Yeah, and then coming back and winning bronze.
Yeah, I mean, I've been hearing I've heard like 20 different things on why she called it. Either she was going through like some mental thing, or a combination of mentality and something about being assaulted like early on in her career. But hey, when one door closes, another window opens, and we got what's her name? Suni Lee. And I'll give you $1 if you could tell me her background.
Yeah, well, okay. You can Venmo that to me, or?
Bet.
Okay, so she's from Minnesota, trained gymnastics her whole life. Very supportive parents, amazing family. Unfortunately, her dad got into an accident helping out a family friend / neighbor. Paralyzed is temporarily, from what I understand, is temporarily paralyzed from, I think, a section of his spine down, and it's been tough for her since I think that happened in 2019, and her road to the Olympics has been extra hard after that. You know, the support that she normally gets from her family is now reversed, where she's supporting her dad and performing at the high gymnast level that she has always been taught to perform. And then making it to the Olympics, feeling that pressure and having at the back of her mind her dad there, I think it was really tough, but she came out, she won gold for all around. And I think she made, I think, the best story this Olympics, at least for the US.
Well, I mean, I've never heard of any of these girls, but
yeah.
Well, I feel like that's how most people are. And you still haven't answered my question, which I'm just going to tell you, she's Hmong American.
You talking about her ethnic background?
Yes.
Oh my God. Okay.
Well, I mean, thank you for that backstory. That really helps. It helps instead of more context. I mean, it was more context to what I just had. No, I brought that up because there's not a lot of, you don't meet a lot of Asians that are Hmong, and because fun facts, they have no country.
Yeah, no. Mongolia was a part of northern China, and now it's kind of disappeared.
Yeah, so she's Hmong, everybody. If you add that to your list of fun facts / I'm cultured list.
Yeah, she has a great story. A couple of other fun facts about her storied background, not her ethnic background, but her dad.
Hey, it still all adds context together. It still mixes.
Yeah.
But continue, please.
Yeah, her dad had told her his dream was to walk up to her on the Olympic floor when she wins a medal or gold and do a backflip with her. And that was their dream together. And it was squashed when he got into his accident. And I think her emotion showed when she won that gold medal. But her dad still being there, but being unable to perform their dream, I think is heartbreaking and incredibly inspirational at the same time. And her father gave Simone Biles a low nod and said, "Thank you for letting Suni win gold." Because I think if Simone Biles had competed,
she would have ran the table.
Yeah, I think so. I think Suni would have won silver. But yeah, I mean, that's the case of old gymnastics, I guess. Old systems, abuse early on in that gymnastic training world, being overworked with that old school mentality, the high pressure. I think it got to her. She got what's known as, I think, twisties in the gymnastics world, which is like,
are you serious?
Yeah, I think it's a combination
the
of things.
heebie-jeebies.
No, from what I understand, it's physical and mental. It's vertigo, as well as like pain in your joints, especially in your hands and knees. And it's just like overall anxiety over every action. But yeah, I think Simone Biles coming back and winning that bronze medal shows a lot of steel, a lot of metal. She's a top level athlete still. Simone Biles is a top level athlete who will continually perform despite mental health. Yeah, I mean, if she performed with all of these factors, she probably would have injured herself and probably ended her career. But I think it was smart of her to pull out and then go in when she was ready.
Yeah, she didn't want, or I mean, yeah, the cause for injury is there, but she didn't get hurt. She didn't want going out there looking like a fool.
Yeah, exactly.
But she did end up competing. Just FYI for everybody to know, she won the bronze in the balance beam. And Soon Lee also did win another medal. She also won the bronze in I believe the uneven bars, which is like the two sticks that are next to each other and
two sticks.
Well, wait, what? Okay, the two wooden bars. Okay,
I think it's self-explanatory. Uneven bars. There's a tall bar and a short bar. The gymnasts go in between both, performing aerial acrobatics. But speaking of fools, DJ Novak, who criticized Simone Biles for pulling out of the Olympics under pressure, said that professional athletes are professional athletes because they perform under pressure, and then proceeded 2 days later to have a meltdown when he lost his match for bronze and ended up 4th in the finals. I think a bunch of karma, Novak.
Oh. Well, I mean, a lot do tennis, right?
Yeah, I mean, tennis.
I mean, they're emotional too. I'm like, dude, that makes no sense.
Yeah, I mean, but
what a fool!
I'm surprised. Yeah, exactly, a fool. I mean, the same temperament. Serena Williams was criticized and penalized, but DJ Novak in the Olympics, arguably the highest viewed tennis event for like the majority of the public, had a public meltdown and has no consequences.
I mean, it's the Olympics. I mean, there's no one there. I mean, because a lot of the time, I mean, Serena's had a lot of troubles in the past, but a lot of the times, some of them of her own undoing, but some of them were just ridiculous because, like, there's a lot of people there. You might end up talking to you, so you'll say something that you're not supposed to say out loud, and it's like, oh man. I mean, yeah, these are televised, but it's like, all right, well now, yeah, he just looks not so smart now.
Yeah,
like
not a great.
Still his own fault in the end. So.
Yep.
Yeah, what else do we got in here? I know we got a lot of stuff. Track and field. Let's try to go through these kind of quick, I suppose. I watched the USA women's soccer team last night. They unfortunately got knocked out of gold/silver contention. They got knocked out by Canada in a controversial penalty, I may say. So the women's soccer team, USA team, had to go play in the third, as I mentioned, in the bronze medal game against Australia. And the game, I don't know, it was very odd. Like, it was a better performance by the US team than when they started out. And the final score was 4-2. They beat 4-3, excuse me. It should have been 4-2, but like I'm trying to explain is that like they would go ahead and like start stringing passes like nothing and make this team look like chumps. And then at times they would give away the ball. Australia would just do 1-2 touches and then score. It's like, what happened? Like you guys,
the defense.
Like, yeah, it was like every time the USA scored, they would just, all right, that's it. We don't got to score no more. It's like, whoa. We're barely in the 60th minute. We still got like 30 minutes to go, buddy. Yeah, it was like, it was 4-1. And I keep even saying, oh, okay, they got this. And it was like 4-2. And even the commentators were like, all right, what are you guys doing? Hello, wake up. And 4-3, it was like, was like at least 15 minutes ago. So,
yeah.
I don't know. I mean, it was a way better performance than their opening match against freaking Sweden, which I still feel like was a joke of a game. Like they started out bad, but they had a good run, and luckily, yeah, they walked away with the bronze. But I feel like it's still. I mean, like they could have still ended up here, but it's just the way they ended up here is still like mind-boggling. Like you guys lose your opening round match, you guys win your next one convincingly, then you tie your next one, barely squeaking into the knockout round. And then unfortunately you guys couldn't beat Canada, which I mean Canada's been on the uprise in the women's and the men's game. So that's fine. But it's like, come on, guys. I don't know. That's just my opinion.
Yeah. I mean,
what are you gonna say?
Yeah, I think
I know you're not a soccer guy.
Yeah, but from what you've been telling me and our discussions outside of the Olympics, just the women's teams around the world are just catching up to the level that the U.S. women's team had performed at for years. And it's just, they're showing like the gap in skill has closed. They need to step up and create better opportunities and increase their skill to get back to the level that they were at.
Yeah, I mean, if they don't figure this out very fast at the next World Cup, they're screwed. I mean, they're going to start adding more teams. I don't know why FIFA's doing this because it's just going to be the USA running through the group stage unless we get put into a really hard group. And we just get lucky and we play a cheapy team in the quarterfinals. But if they don't figure it out soon, the World Cup is not going to be a cakewalk no more.
Yeah, I mean, well, next up, do you want to talk about the next event, USA basketball?
Oh, yeah, of course. I mean, we could talk about that real quick. That's another can of worms. That's just what? It's like, what is this? I ordered Canes. Not
what?
I don't know. Street
KFC.
I don't know. I was gonna say KFC, but I like KFC too.
I think that's it. Here we go. We'll save the fried chicken debate.
I was gonna say Church's chicken, but I know you like Church's chicken.
No, Church's is stages above KFC. How dare you? Stages above even Canes.
Oh, I don't know about that, but anyways, we'll save our fried chicken opinions later. USA started out very slow, lost their first game.
Yep.
Slowly started building momentum, and now they've made it to the semifinals now, right? No, they're going to the finals.
Made it to the finals. Yes, sir.
Yeah, like it's kind of unbelievable considering they lost like most of their exhibition games, their friendly games.
Yeah. They lost their exhibition games, lost against France, breaking a 25 year, I think, streak of Olympic wins. And now they're meeting France again in the finals.
Really? Wow. I mean, what I've been seeing and understanding from the professional analysis people is that with Coach Greg Popovich, who has won many games, has he has a legitimate background, legitimate resume on why he should be coaching the team. But I feel like what's happening is that he doesn't have his players necessarily. So it's like you have Kevin Durant and Damian Lillard getting into open positions and passing the ball.
Yeah.
Like you have Damian Lillard getting into his spot that people have come accustomed to seeing him take a shot, passing the ball for what you could say is a better look. But Damian Lillard is automatic.
Yeah. I think this year's Olympic team is struggling because the international basketball world has caught up to the NBA skill. NBA has continuously pulled from the international community for big guys, for shooters, and it's showing when those players go back to their home country, where, especially in Europe, the basketball community is enormous. They have the financial backing to back up their players, and it's showing that the NBA is not the top anymore.
I would just say this team sucks.
Yeah, I mean,
there's no LeBron, there's no Kyrie, there's no James Harden, there's no Steph Curry, there's no Klay Thompson. I think I don't remember who's exactly on this team, but I know
no Klay Thompson is not on the team.
They don't got the guys that I would expect,
Yeah, but I think they've got a strong team still. But you're right. I don't think they have the dream team, superstar team that
they don't have the it factor.
Yeah, exactly. They don't have the superstars that Team USA normally has.
This team doesn't strike fear into me.
Yeah, they don't have the Space Jam team dunking on all international players.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm like, I've seen because these games have been on they're on unfortunately on streaming, so I haven't seen most of the plays, but from the highlights, I'm like, are you guys okay? I mean, usually you guys are dunking, you guys are jumping around. It's it's more fluid.
Yeah,
I think because I don't think it was because of the coach. I just thought it's just because of the players were just having too much fun out there.
No, I think it shows the competitiveness of the international teams. I think they're just better every year, and Olympics is every 4 years. So by the time you get there, the gap continuously closes, and France showed that by beating Team USA the first round. So we'll see how the rematch goes here in the finals.
I'm just gonna cross my fingers and hope USA wins. That's it.
Yeah, I'm sure they can pull it off, but it's not the cakewalk that the USA men's basketball used to be.
That is true. What else do we have on here? We got a lot of Olympic stuff on here, so we're just trying to go through them as quick as possible now.
Yes, sir.
Dude, I've been watching BMX. Well, I saw the highlights of BMX racing because that thing's on at 2 a.m. I'm like, dude, I'm not gonna stay up for that.
Yeah.
But the highlights have been good. Dude, they're going really fast. It's not even funny. This guy from Team USA, probably the number one guy in the world actually in BMX racing, dude, he ate it pretty bad.
Really? I didn't see that.
I think it was in the semis. Well, they do heats, so it'd be semis, but they do 2 or 3 heats and you get points for every time you finish, I think is the way they have it formatted. So I think it was the second race. They came out of the gate. They start off on a hill. They go on these little bumps.
You're right. Yeah.
And they were going on the first turn. He got clipped in the air and just nosedived. And dude, based off you didn't even have to see the crash. Based off of the first the thumbnail for the video on YouTube, dude, his shirt ripped in 3 places. That's how bad he hit the ground.
I saw that. He had to be carried off in his stretcher. Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, they took him. Yeah, he's okay though, fortunately. But yeah, he took a nasty fall, and some Colombian dude who was struggling the whole time won the whole thing.
Yeah.
Oh man, it was. Fortunately he was okay. I mean, it's pretty funny that he was able to get through because everybody was crashing out. But I don't know. I mean, I just say it's very adrenaline pumping.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I caught a bit of the BMX freestyle, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and those men and women, crazy. I think that it was a great showing, a great debut for the BMX events.
No, the one thing I did like well, besides the soccer, the one thing I did like follow like a lot was the skateboarding in street and park.
Oh yeah,
Street was cool, even though it was hard to watch because that was the one thing I was trying to watch, and they would be like, "Oh, watch it live," and then they went to commercial. I'm like, "Okay, is it still live?" The announcers didn't say they were going to commercial, so then like when the broadcast came back, it wasn't live no more. I'm like, "Dude, what the heck?"
Yeah, that's just how it is.
So, dude, the Japanese skaters, dude, they don't mess around.
No, they don't. They really know how to play the game as well.
Yeah,
they know the scoring. They know the tricks that they can perform, and yeah, they don't mess around at all.
This is what's happening is similar to what we're saying about soccer and basketball. Like the world is catching up to the US.
Yeah,
it's not that, but it's that a lot of like the skating mentality. Skating is skating. They all love skating. They all do different tricks. They all do the same tricks. What it is that there's difference between competition skating and street skating or skating for fun, which is like kind of what Nigel Houston kind of does. He does a little bit of both, but he's won like 54% of all of his competitions he's competed in, which is why he was a heavy favorite for the US, which unfortunately he finished at the bottom of the table. But like the one guy that did place for the US was a Jagger Eden, who, fun fact, he had a broken foot.
Really? He had a broken foot doing that?
Yeah, and he won a bronze.
Oh wow!
But like
I saw his final run where he clinched out the bronze.
His final run or his final trick? There's different.
Final trick run, whatever it is.
Final trick, yeah. And yeah, he was doing an interview and he's like, "Yeah, I had a broken foot." And then like now everybody's like starting to look him up, and yeah, he's putting out X-rays. Like, yeah, he has like a broken ankle.
Wow.
And yeah, and like I was mentioning before, the Japanese skaters came in first and second. USA came in third for the street. Once again in the street for the girls too, same thing. The Japanese won the gold.
Yeah.
The Brazilians have been doing really good. I think they had a Brazilian girl, a really young girl. She was like 13, 14. I think we had 2
14-year-olds.
Yeah.
I think Brazil and the Philippines were both 14.
Yeah. Well, I mean, most of them are all 14. Like in the park, I'll get to in a little bit. They had a lot of younger skaters. I thought the Brazilians, Leticia Buffoni, was gonna at least medal, but she crashed out. She didn't even make it to the finals. No. But luckily, one of her countrywomen was able to hold it down. In the park, a little bit of the same thing. Well, no, actually, I'm lying. No, okay. In the park, the women's took gold and silver, the Japanese, and Sky Brown from the UK, who's half Japanese but was representing Great Britain, who's also like 13 years old, took the bronze. This girl for the US, what's her name? Bryce Westin, dude, she was having too much fun out there for the US. She was probably the most laid back skater out there doing the biggest stuff, but at the same time, they did the player introductions, and I guess like in the cool down area, she had her ukulele. So I guess they were doing player intros, and she had her ukulele with her in the player intros.
That's crazy.
And then towards like at the end of one of her runs, she was doing like a freestyle trick that no one else was doing. And it's like, oh my gosh, like either A, they're gonna give her a low score, or B, like they're just whatever. And yeah, they're just like whatever. She was having too much fun. She didn't place, but you could tell like the vibes were there for sure. Like the girls were like kicking it out there, you know?
Yeah, I think similar to BMX, the skating debut was great. I think it's going to be an event to watch out for next year.
No, yeah.
Next Olympics.
I feel like hopefully people realize this is a very useful thing. Because yeah, like the girls, like, so there was at least 3 Japanese skaters in the finals, I believe. 2 of them were wearing all white. They were wearing like an all white jumper suit, which the clothing looked pretty sick. Yeah. This other Japanese girl, sorry, I don't remember their names because I would struggle to mispronunciate them. She was wearing an orange t-shirt. Dude, she really wanted that, dude. Like on her final run, I think she went for like a body varial like 360 bar reversal. Oh man, dude, she tried so hard to land that last trick. If she would have landed it, she would have medaled for sure. But dude, she came down on the board and she was like, oh, dude, the feels,
Oh
bro.
man.
You could feel it. Like she knew she like, oh, like she screwed up. And she cried, she crawled out, tears coming down her. She crawled out of the bowl, tears down her eyes, and like you see all the girls came to her and they gave her a hug, and she didn't medal, but she got put on people's shoulders. And I feel like that's worth more than a medal, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's cutting onions,
Misugo
bro.
Akamoto, age 15. I
It's
mean,
cutting
sounds
onions,
like
bro.
I didn't see the event, but it looks like she's got a bright career ahead of her. If at 15, she ends up number 4.
Yeah. Oh, you found her? Orange t-shirt?
Yep. Yes, sir.
Yeah, dude. A black helmet. Yeah, dude. Like, oh man. She got carried off into the sunset. That's what skating's about, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Speaking of those moments, there are a couple of Olympic moments like that I want to highlight.
Oh yeah, go for it, man.
So in high jumping, Italy's Marco Tamberi and Qatar's Matsa Essa
Oh yeah, I saw
Basharam
that.
share the gold medal after a long 2-hour jumping series.
Yeah, because what was it? It was already like because people were getting a lot of people were still in the event. So
Yeah.
they just kept knocking out people little by little.
Yeah,
And
and so
then
they were the last
eventually,
ones.
yeah, they were the last ones, and they both could not clear the final height, which was like 37.5 or something like that.
Yeah.
And they both did it. They couldn't do it, and then it's so funny because the judge is like, okay, you guys could do a jump off, and the guitar guy's like, could we both have gold? And the judge possibly, and they both just started celebrating.
Yeah. I think he said possibly, and then he looked, and then someone gave him a thumbs up, and then he nodded his head, and they just both erupted in
Yeah,
celebration.
but it happened so fast. That's why.
Yeah, it was so quick. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I mean that was a pretty good moment. Like, dude, like,
Yeah.
I'm glad we got to the track and field section because yeah, like, dude, track and field's been freaking crazy right now. I think it's just
Yes.
because there's no Usain Bolt no more. They're like, dude, what do we do? And it's like, all right, we
Yeah.
just run. And then yeah, like everybody's standing now. We're just supposed to stand. I seen guys getting tripped. I'm like, it's not just who's gonna drop the baton. It's like, all right, who's gonna pull a fast one?
Yeah.
I saw the guy who was representing the Olympic refugee team. Dude, he got tripped. I feel like he could have contested that because he was cutting in. It was in the men's 800. It was in one of the 800 qualifiers. He was trying to cut in because basically the way that the 800 starts, the 2 laps, you don't start off all equal on the straight line. You all start off on the
Staggered.
turn staggered. Yeah. And so after the staggered, you could come in onto the first 2 lanes, and that's what he did. But he had enough room in the front of him, but he had enough room. He didn't give himself enough room behind him. Like he didn't go fast enough. If that sounds odd enough to say, as a former runner,
I
I
see.
can explain to you. He cut in. I don't want to say he cut in too early, but he didn't give himself space behind him, and that's when some guy in like a ponytail freaking tripped him, and he went down. And dude, they showed one angle like of the camera, like looking down the straightaway, and you see in his face like fear, like
Wow.
oh man, like dude, I felt bad, and yeah, I didn't give a damn about who plays. Like I was just focusing on that guy. Like dude, I feel for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's just been all that craziness. I guess Jamaica is still holding it down in the women's, at least. Damn it. Oh, yeah, I guess I didn't write her down her name, but they have this Jamaican female runner, dude. She's winning more events more consistently than Usain Bolt.
Wow. Wow.
That's how good she is.
That's
and
crazy.
I believe she did medal. For the US, I could tell you Cindy McLaughlin, who is like a good all-around runner. I believe she won gold in the hurdles, one of the hurling.
Yes, she did. I think it was 400.
Yeah, I think so. There you go.
Yes, yeah. I think it was women's 400 meter.
Dude, she's like
both winning gold and breaking the world record.
Yeah, dude, she's beast. It's not even funny. Like she's a really good all-around runner.
Yeah.
But yeah,
see that.
Yeah, that's track and field for you. Anything else on here, Danny, that we haven't gone over yet? I know we got a lot.
Yeah, there's a couple of moments other than track and field I want to highlight. Duke Reagan tried for gold in the men's featherweight and fell short after losing to Albert Bacharov, Russian name.
They're not Russian. They're the Russian Olympic Committee. Come on, get it right, bro.
Yeah, Russian Olympic Committee, not the Russians. Still the same cheating.
And didn't someone cheat or something?
Yeah, in the I think it was the men's backstroke 200 meters. After the U.S. swimmer placed fourth, placed silver. He was interviewed and asked how he felt in the pool, and he said that he felt like he was placed in a pool where others had an advantage, and so he hinted at the Russian swimmer who won gold cheating, but didn't come out right and say it. And other athletes in other events kind of did similar things, hinting at some Russian athletes that may have showed signs of doping, but nobody straight out saying it.
But did anybody officially get caught though?
No. I don't think any penalties have been issued. Nothing has officially been said.
So they might just be getting like the straight like death penalty, like no Russian competitors next time. That's what it looks like. Cause dude, maybe. Like, yeah, it's a little ridiculous. It's like, hey, you can't have your flag, you can't have the official country name, you can't have your colors, and then you come out and do this crap.
Yeah. I mean,
and then like if everybody's hinting at it, it's like as if everybody knows, like everybody in the Olympic Village is like, hey, we all kind of know you're cheating. Like, what the heck, bro? Like, no one wants to be the whistleblower, I guess. And well, I mean, that guy kind of did, but
just barely. I mean, well, I'd say something too if I felt cheated out of gold.
No, yeah, that's true. What else do we got here? I see we got who's Raven Saunders? What is
Raven Saunders, female shot putter, wins silver, but she steals the show with her personality during and after the event. She is a huge Marvel fan. I believe she's from Charlotte.
What event is this, sir?
Shot put. I said shot put.
Yeah. I'm looking at our budget list, by the way. We have a list. We have a list there, everybody. We're not just naming random people.
No, but she showed up with her hair dyed in the color for Hulk. She showed up with multiple masks.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Big personality.
I've seen a photo of that.
Really cool. Really funny. She won silver. She was incredibly graceful, gracious in her win. Another gold I wanted to talk about, or another medal I want to talk about was
Xander
Diaz. Oh, sorry, you're right. Xander Schauffele wins gold in golf with a commanding finish. Yeah, I think he finished 19 under or 18 under.
Yeah.
With the silver medalist finishing 15 under. He really beat out everybody else. And Colin Morikawa just barely missed a bronze medal.
Is that USA guy?
Yeah, that's the USA guy. That's the other USA guy. That's a 24-year-old.
Nice. Who else do we have on this? We got
Heidelin Diaz.
Heidelin Diaz, Philippines. My girlfriend loves that one.
Yeah, she wins gold in women's weightlifting above. I think
your dog likes that one too.
Yeah, she wins the first medal for the Philippines, gold in weightlifting. In an emotional finish, she showed, I think, the greatest part of the Olympics, where hard work, determination, and even being put behind by your situation in a country like the Philippines, where not as much money and resources are being poured into sports, she still came out and outperformed the world.
Yeah, and I think she did it because I had seen I had already seen she won, but just by coincidence, I found it like on one of the Olympic or NBC channels, and then she had lifted. And then they're like, oh, we got like 5 more people to go. And it's like, like, that was it. Like, I mean, not in a bad way, but like, oh dang, like she did it in like demanding fashion.
Yeah, I think it's an even sweeter win for her because China has dominated women's weightlifting for so long.
Yeah.
And they pour their resources into that event. And she won. She beat out the Chinese weightlifter.
Congrats on her.
Yeah. Congrats to Highland Diaz and the Philippines.
That's right. What do we got? We got Maggie Stephens. That's all-time scoring record for water polo. Was it USA, I'm assuming? Because
for USA.
I've heard they've just run the table in that event every summer games.
Yeah. And in the same game, I think it was against Norway, if I'm not mistaken. She not only set and then beat the record, she scored, I think, 3 more goals in the same game. So I think she's trying to set a new record that will be unbeatable for generations to come.
I don't know who the USA was playing, but I just caught like a glimpse of a game. And yeah, even the commentators were like, the USA is pressing up really high. Their opponents, like, dude, the other team was like, had like 5 defenders and the goalie blocking the net. They're like, dude, we can't stop these guys. Yeah,
I think the US women's water polo team at least is an incredible force.
Oh, no, yeah, of course. What else we got? We got women's 3v3, 3x3.
3v3 basketball. Women's win gold in a pretty commanding fashion. They went undefeated to win gold. The 4 players from the WNBA. Let's try to speed through the rest of these. Katie Ledecky wins gold in 800 and 1500 freestyle, and says that this is not her last Olympics for a long shot.
Yeah, so I haven't really been watching a lot of swimming.
Yeah,
I think it lost its thing. It lost its like notoriety.
Yeah, I think it has. I think it has to do a lot with the way that it's being broadcast as well.
Yeah, no more Michael Phelps.
Yeah, no more Michael Phelps. And I think NBC is really just trying to highlight other events to bring like a broader audience. But in doing that, they pull away the emphasis from the big events that normally everyone watches.
Yeah, like there's not a lot of build up, and it's just like, all right, here it is. All right, everybody see it.
Yeah, but this year's swimming was incredibly competitive, as it always is.
Yeah.
But Katie Ledecky came out on top, being one of the biggest winners for the U.S.
Mm-hmm. What do we got? We got men's. Oh, we already
men's basketball. Yeah, we already talked about that. They're going on to face France.
Oh, that's everything.
Yep, that's everything.
Well, we already talked about our random events. I've seen ping pong. Dude, there's this guy from USA. Every time he scores or the other guy scores, let's go.
Oh yeah, that's the young. I think he's 18-year-old. Young 19-year-old.
Yeah, he looks like a young kid. It's not even funny. Yeah, let's go. Like, dude, who are you yelling at? There's no one there.
No, I mean, well, he has to celebrate the small victories because
even when the other guy messes up.
Yeah, he has to do that because China wins every time.
I guess he has to spike fear into them.
Yeah.
Strike first, no mercy.
Cobra Kai.
I know. Speaking of Cobra Kai, I know wrestling and Taekwondo's been going on. I don't know anything about that, but it looks cool.
Yeah, I think one of the U.S. female wrestlers.
Yeah, it was a woman. Yeah, it was a girl. Yeah,
she won gold, being the first Black athlete to win.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
For the U.S. Yeah.
Oh, good job, Danny. It's not even on our list, and you remember that. Good job.
Sir, I've been watching a lot of random events, a lot of moments. It's a lot of information.
It's like, that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, it's like so much, and it's so everywhere. Like, I go through all the cable channels. Like, for the skateboarding, it took me an hour to find the men's qualifier.
Yeah, I think that after an extra year, they'd have everything organized.
Yeah, and then like, dude, it was so ridiculous because you go. So I ended up finding where it was at. It was on the NBC streaming network, which is easy to find, but it's not even on like their homepage, and it was live.
Yeah, it's hard. It's hard to get to these things because if you just
the time change and everybody's schedule, like, oh, everybody could just watch it like another time. Like, no, like I want to watch it live. Like,
yeah,
Like, this is dumb.
And that's where your money should be. Watching it live puts the ads in front of people. That's where your money should be. But I don't know.
Instead, they're like, watch it on Peacock. I'm like, I'm not gonna pay $5 to watch.
Nobody wants to pay for Peacock.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pay $5 to watch the USA lose to France.
Oh man, don't jinx it.
Yeah, I bet. But yeah, but there is one thing. We'll end this section off that I might pay for to watch on Peacock, and that's the Snoop Dogg and Kevin Hart show, which is freaking hilarious.
Yeah, the little clips that we're being able to see. I'm loving that Snoop Dogg is getting all this work because I want him to commentate and broadcast and be the announcer in every sports and even nature event ever. He's just.
You want to do a nature documentary?
Yeah. I mean, Planet Earth for Jimmy Kimmel was hilarious. When he used to do it on Snoop Dogg TV, that was hilarious too.
Bruh. No, yeah. There was one clip. They're watching like equestrian dancing, like the horse, like the horses are dancing. And he's like, "Oh man, this horse is crip rocking." Boom, boom, boom. I even had someone tell me, like, someone I know was like, "Yeah, like it was on like." I had saw it on like another channel and they got scared because they thought they were gonna get in trouble. Like, dang, they let Snoop Dogg say that on TV. Like, well, it's a streaming service. Like, there is some foul language. Like, there is some cussing to it. Like, it's legitimate. Like, it's kind of like those corny like late night shows that we're trying to run through like in the mid 2000s. But I feel like this one's more legitimate because Snoop Dogg is not speaking necessarily off of a script. It's just kind of like, Kevin Hart, you say your thing, and then they just point to Snoop and he says pure gold.
Yeah, really. And Snoop Dogg is such a great foil for anybody.
Yeah.
Really. Like, everything that comes out of his mouth is hilarious.
No, yeah, like he takes everything chill. Like, if you're expecting a lot of that gangster stuff, like, no, like this is like him just being like himself mostly. It's pretty funny.
He's an entertainer. He's an entertainer through and through.
There you go. But yeah, that was our rundown on the Olympics, Danny. I think that was pretty good.
Sure. Yeah.
And now we're going to go into our last rundown, which we got to go by quick now. The rapid fire rundown. Let's go. So I know you don't watch soccer, but this past weekend, USA men's national team with their BCDGFZ team defeated Mexico's A team in the Gold Cup final. 1-0 in extra time, aka overtime for the non-soccer watchers, with like a last-minute goal in overtime, which in the past 2.5 months, the USA has defeated Mexico in a final. They've defeated them in the CONCACAF Nations League Cup and now in the Gold Cup. So what's up? What's going on, Mexico? Ain't got nothing on the US now, huh?
Yeah, I watched a couple of clips of the game, but
oh, you watch soccer now?
Yeah, I watched just a bit, but there was no action going on.
No, yeah. I was a little busy myself. I was able to see clips and highlights and rewatch bits of the game. And yeah, I feel like in the beginning, both teams are struggling to string passes and generate offense. But towards the end, like, it was all rapid fire. Like, oh man, like USA, Mexico were just throwing everything at it. Because I think they were trying to avoid overtime. But too little, too late. They went in 0-0. Miles Robinson scores in the 117th, 18th minute to win it all. And yeah, USA wins it. Another thing we got on here, Dodgers picking up pitchers Turner and Matt Scherzer. We speak about super teams. This is it right here, man. If the Dodgers don't win it this year, then I don't know. Like, you guys just picked up two of the best pitchers in the game. One of them being Matt Scherzer, who was a beast with the Nationals. He got a standing ovation.
Yeah, I saw that. He got a standing ovation welcoming him to LA.
He struck out 10 on his opening day against the Astros. The Trashstros.
Trashstros. Number one cheating team in the league.
Yeah, there you go. I know. I liked how one of their players, Correa, was like celebrating a home run, making it 7-5. I'm like, dude, look at the scoreboard. You're still losing, idiot. He's like, don't worry, my guy will back me up. No, he's not going to back you up. You're going to lose. Like you should have done in 2017. But yeah, there you go. Dodgers making some moves. Another thing that I found interesting that we could dive into, the Buffalo Bills and NFL might move, are supposedly threatening to move to Austin, Texas, which is interesting because I guess what's happening now is that since now there's two LA teams holding down the LA market, where do teams that are wanting a new stadium going to threaten to move to since LA is taken up by two teams? So I guess the answer is the question very simple, and it's Austin. Austin has been popping to my knowledge. Like there's a lot of stuff, like a lot of like vacation and like visiting stuff. Like, oh, I'm going to Austin, or hey, come to Austin for this, come to Austin for that. Like in the MLS, the Columbus Crew almost moved to Austin, but luckily they were stopped, and the ownership was given an expansion fee, a very low expansion fee to have a team in Austin, which I've seen some of their games, and they've been getting a lot of people in the stadium. So yeah, I guess it's like as if now in the NFL, teams are gonna the Bills have struck first and are going to, I guess they're gonna hint to moving to Austin because they want a new stadium, they want new amenities, like they want a new area. But from what I've seen from the internets, the Bills Mafia, the Bills Nation, the Bills fan base will not let this happen. I believe the city is going to have to vote on it very soon. And yeah, that's going to be a crapshoot, I guess, because yeah, the Bills, they're not a small team. Like they're not small. Well, I guess Buffalo is a small area. Well, I don't know. I've never been to New York, so you tell me if they're a small market team. But I know they have a very hardcore fan base, and they will not let this die. That was a lot. I don't know. Do you got anything to say, Danny? I need to catch my breath.
Yeah.
That's my hot
just
take.
Austin as a city is expanding incredibly. Entertainment wise, business wise, Austin is pulling people from all across the country, and it makes sense that NFL teams are just sports teams in general that are looking for a new home would try to bid Austin to find a new space.
Because the story is, because even when the St. Louis Rams originally were moving to LA, the story is that their owner was in a helicopter flying around LA, supposedly looking for a stadium, which did come to truth. But it's also the Colts owner at some point before Lucas Oil Stadium was built was doing the same thing, and supposedly he was just browsing around, but the story was spun that he was looking for a place to build a stadium. And yeah, luckily they were able to build Lucas Oil Stadium in Indy. But I guess that's the new move now. When you want a new stadium, you're going to look to Austin most likely. Because where else are you going to go? What other big market city? Are you going to move to another place that has an established team already? Like, probably not. Like, what, like Sacramento? Is someone going to move back to St. Louis?
Yeah, I mean, I think you're absolutely right. And I think cities all around the country are just, especially smaller cities where national sports teams haven't been housed yet, they're waiting for a team to come, even if it's just for a bid or as leverage to expand stadium or like do new construction, whatever. It's just the strategy nowadays.
No, yeah. I mean, and they played that card very, very fast.
Yeah.
In the NFL news still, it looks like Aaron Rodgers is staying in Green Bay. He showed up to training camp after months of speculation that him and the manager, not the ownership right, from Green Bay is with the fans managing. They've had a lot of disagreements. I guess Rodgers wants more control of the offense, and they're not giving it to him. Like he needs more weapons, and which is true because the Packers make it to the playoffs, and then they can't close it. Like Rodgers does what he can. He'll make the decisions on the field, and then that's it. And then it just culminated up until the NFL draft, where ESPN analyst and writer Adam Schefter, I guess at some point he believed he had enough information, made a written story, an article, and said Aaron Rodgers is out. That's it. And he just put all the information he had together and just said that's it. Like everything he said has truth to it. The only problem is that people had was that A, he posted it during the draft, and B, this was nothing like this. There was no new information. Aaron Rodgers. What happened?
It was just speculation.
Yes, mostly, but it was all truth. Like everything was legit. Like, yeah, he might not go, but it was more of a he might not and he might will. But at the end of the day, Scheffner's belief that he wasn't. That was the cream. How you say? That was the cherry on top of the story that he's not going back, based off of past information that when you pull it all together, it makes it seem like he's not going, which is what his idea was. But a lot of people were mad because it was during the draft. You know, you're taking away attention from these young players. And, you know, Rodgers hasn't openly said anything. He still hasn't. He's been at training camp. But people still think that the story now is that they have a bad relationship with the organization now.
I see. Yeah, which is a shame because he's been with the Packers for his entire career.
And I know it's just so odd because I guess he asked for help and they gave him help, but it wasn't the right help. And it's like, dude, I asked you to give me wide receivers, not give me a backup quarterback. So yeah, and the last thing on the list, which was breaking news as of this recording, Messi which is basically the Rodgers situation, but the opposite. Lionel Messi, the best player alongside Cristiano Ronaldo, is out at Barca, confirmed by the team, which speculation was that they were going to make a contract. He was going to make deals. They were going to have La Liga, the league in Spain, was going to even chip in to help pay because Barcelona's starting to flounder in bills, apparently. And it turns out Messi's gone. That's it. That's it. No more Messi in Barcelona at this moment.
I wonder where he's going to go. I wonder what team has enough money to pay for him.
Dude. Dude, the socials were going not even like, okay, here in the MLS is still very low level, but not amateurish in my opinion. Pretty decent play. Every MLS teams is like notifications. All their accounts. It's just what happens. Who's gonna get Messi? Should we announce Messi? Like, dude, stupid.
Yeah, even companies were having fun saying, "Should we hire Messi?"
Yeah. I like the Saints. I like my New Orleans Saints. They even posted like arena sign Messi, and like more than half the comments were like, "Dude, get him as a kicker. Can he cover a corner? Can he play corner? Can he play receiver?" Oh, there was like a few like, what is this? Like, dude, are you living under a rock? Like I don't know. It's just pretty funny. Like a lot of teams in other sports are having fun with it, but in reality, man, it's gonna be a big spending team because if Barcelona couldn't afford him, I want to say, from what I've been seeing, is he's either gonna go to PSG in France with his old teammate Neymar, who they've vocally both said they both love playing with each other at Barcelona.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's going to go back with his old coach, Pep Guardiola in Man City, who also has a lot of money. It's going to be to a team with a lot of money. He's not going to go to like Sheffield United. If he comes to the MLS, I don't think he's not going to go to any place that wouldn't be able to have him due to the MLS. Oh, what happened?
To the MLS. I don't see him coming to the MLS. I see
it could happen. Hey, yo, David Beckham, man, he has those connects. Even though his team already got in trouble. They already got in trouble for trying to pull a fast one.
Yeah.
But like if he comes to MLS, he's going to go to a small market for sure. Because why would he go? He wouldn't be able to go to any of the LA teams. He might not be able to go to any of the New York teams. Maybe not even Miami because they already got in trouble. I don't know. I mean, the MLS would have to pull a fast one. So if not, he'll go to like China or like the Middle East. They have a lot of money there too.
Yeah, I mean, I see him staying in the club soccer arena.
No, he's not retiring. He's not retiring. He's like 33, 34-ish. He can still go for sure.
Yeah, but I think I saw a lot of rumors around Manchester.
Manchester City?
Yes, I think so.
The blue one. Just to let you figure it out.
The blue one, not the red one.
Yeah, I don't think the red one can afford him either. Or at least they can't take them onto their staff right now.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's like the biggest news coming out of soccer right now.
That's it. I mean, that's the news around the world.
I know, yeah, dude. Like, that's it. Like, you've been there since you were 13 years old and you're going to bounce?
sometimes it comes down to the money. If the check's not there, why am I here?
I don't think that. I want to say that was the problem. Look, see, it gets weird because like La Liga's been going downhill recently, so I guess like he kind of just figured he'd just cut his losses and bounce.
Yeah, it's like his opportunity to find a better situation.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is there anything on your mind, Danny?
No, I do. I think we basically covered the entire sports world.
I feel so too. I feel like this was a very good first episode, besides maybe the background noise that came through my side. Sorry about that, everybody.
No. Sorry on my side.
Do I feel very winded?
Yeah, no. Yeah, we were talking for damn near 2 hours.
No, yeah, there you go. That was our show for today. Is there anything you would like to say to the people about yourself or what you would hope to gain out of this?
Well, I hope you guys have fun. If we're too long-winded or if we made some dumb comments, I don't care. Leave it in the comments. Let us know.
Sorry, I was muted. I was gonna say, yeah, leave it in the comments. You hit us up on Twitter. Our Twitter is @offrambling. I'm usually going to be the one using that account. But yeah, that was our show. We are Rambling RunOff. We want to start wrapping it up, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, for sure. Yeah, I feel like we covered everything, guys. Hopefully,
don't forget, like and subscribe.
Yeah, like and subscribe. I hope we covered everything well. Yeah, if you got anything you want to say, comment. Like, subscribe. I don't know. I'm blacking out here. I need some water. I rambled and run too long for this for a kickoff episode. But yeah, I'm Robert Rios.
And Danny Tan.
Yeah, we got Danny Tan right here. And we'll catch you next week. See ya.